Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back after our transfer special last time out and season review. Today we get the Premier League season underway with two tests. First of all against Leeds at home and then against Manchester City away. It's not going to be easy. Hello and welcome to episode 22 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark and on today's episode we have two games for you as usual. They are against Leeds United at home in the Premier League and then away to Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. And as you come back you will see we have new kits for the new season made by Kit Basher. If you've got your own save and you want to put your kits into Kit Basher, I will be doing. I know I've promised it and I just haven't got round to doing it, but I do promise I will do a special video on the Kit Basher and how to put your own kits into Football Manager. We'll do that very, very soon, I promise, and I'll show you how to update them every season as well, what I do. All right. Let's get on with we were no more transfers coming in since you were last with us. Do have a couple of players that potentially might be going out. One thing that has happened, we did put in a bid for Gnabry, Serge Gnabry, who is at Bayern Munich. It was turned down, our offer, and Gnabry has now got unsettled because he wants to come and join us. It's all a bit up in the air, really. If I remember rightly, he hasn't got a clause. I'm sure we made an offer, and I can't remember how much we offered at the time. But obviously, he's now wanting to come and join us. So we'll see if that goes anywhere in the near future. That's one to watch. But of course, Gnabry can play out wide, and he also can play up as a striker up front. I don't know. We'll have to have a look. It's a lot of money to spend on one player, and we will end up in another situation like we did with Lukaku, where stupid money we're paying him without knowing whether you're going to score the goals or not. So. In that instance, we're probably better off bringing Tammy Abraham back. That's what I'm thinking. So need to do a bit of work on that one and see where that one goes. Right. Just a quick, because the one thing I didn't do in the transfer window, in the transfer special, was actually have a look at the pre-season. As you see, we won all our pre-season games, conceding just 3 goals along the way. 2 against Hamburg, 1 against Gilvante. But otherwise... we had a fairly good pre-season. Barbosa getting on the score sheet, Mason Mount getting on the score sheet, Jorginho from the penalty spot, Kai Havertz getting a few, Raheem Sterling. So good old smattering of players getting in on the act as well. Not sure any of our new boys have scored as yet, so that's still to come, hopefully, in today's episode. Let's get underway with today's episode. First up, Leeds United at home at Stamford Bridge. And let's have a look at the team that will face them with a few new faces as well. And yes, more than a few new faces. Mendy is in goal for this one. Chilwell, Garcia, our new defender. Fofana is alongside Fofana. James alongside them. In front of the back 4 is Kovacic and Kante continuing their midfield, whatever you want to call it. Octavio comes in, his first start on the left-hand side. Mount continues as his attacking playmaker role. Sterling moves out on the right as the inside forward. Is that his best position? Probably winger is best position. Let's put him on our winger. Oh no, why is he gone attacking playmaker? That's what we want him as. That's better. And Havertz is in front of them. On the bench, Kepa, Azpilicueta, Gallagher, Barbosa, Koulibaly, Pulisic, Broja, Rice, who is another new boy, of course, and Hudson-Odoi missing out this time round. One of our other players, Torreira, he's injured. That's why he's not playing. Torreira is injured. That's why he misses out from making his debut. I was just wondering, I had completely forgotten that he was injured. That's the team then that will face Leeds United in this opening Premier League game. And this is how the two teams face off against one another. And as you'll see, they're playing a very similar system to us. Jesse Marsh, manager, of course, at Leeds, still in FM23 anyway, for the purpose of this. And let's get away. Bamford is up front. Harrison and Sinestra out on the wide players. First highlight, it's 9 minutes into the game, and it's a goal kick by Leeds United. And Chilwell winning that ball. Kante to Sterling out wide. Sterling comes back. Pushed back by the Leeds defence. Kovacic. And Kovacic, poor pass, allows Leeds in. They've gone out wide. Sinestra. Chilwell cuts that out. Kovacic. Kante, this time over the top. Havertz is on it. Havertz, he's put it in the back of the net. His first goal of the season. Kante gets the assist. And on 10 minutes, we are a goal in front. A blasting counter-attack. Sorry, blistering is what word I was looking for, not blasting. Blistering counter-attack. Oh, dear. I don't know. The goalkeeper ducked. I think he said, duck. And he ducked. James with the throw-in on the far side there. Fofana. Fofana to Garcia. I just wondered why he's called Eric for a minute. Kante to Mount. Mount was being very tightly marked there. James heads that back to Mendy, who will start the build-up again. Fofana. Kovacic out wide looking for Chilwell. Chilwell gets there. Otavio. First time we've seen him. Chilwell. Kovacic. Kovacic through looking for Mount. Mount's been felled in the area. VAR will look at it. It's a penalty to my mind. VAR being a bit slow there. Definitely a penalty. Mason Mount failed. And he will take the penalty. Can he double our lead? He has sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Planted it in the corner. And it's his first goal of the season. 2-0 with 13 minutes on the clock. Well executed penalty. Chilwell now with a free kick just inside the Leeds half. Finds Mount. Kovacic. Kovacic is tackled. Bamford trying to get it off of Kante, but Kante wins it. Sterling. Mount looking for his second goal. It's only been cleared as far as Otavio, a goalkeeper. I haven't seen that before. Oh dear, what's going on here? Otavio's going to pick up a yellow card. Question of whether that went over the line. I'm still not convinced. That needs to be fixed. Desai, please, please fix that, because that doesn't tell me anything. The goalkeeper just sort of like handed it, just pushed it away with his hand as it sort of appeared to be running over the line. The goalkeeper for Leeds taking the goal kick as they try and come out from the back. And Aronson, he's clear. He's very clear. Mendy stuck out a leg and saved the day. Harrison with the corner then. That Mendy comes out and collects. Mendy having, so far, touch wood, having a good game. And half-time has arrived. 5 shots, 3 on target, 1.49, 62% possession against Leeds United's 3 shots, 1 on target, 0.60. Good first half. We want more of the same in the second, please. And you come back, first highlight of the second half. It's a Leeds throw-in on this near side, but Reece James winning that ball for Fana, back to Mendy. Mendy comes out Chilwell. And we begin our attack. Otavio, who picked up that yellow card in the first half. And Leeds moving the ball around nicely. They aren't going to be a complete pushover this season. That was well cut out. Who was that? That was Garcia cutting that out. And he cut it out well. Garcia, Chilwell, via Mendy. But Chilwell's a very lackluster pass. It gives way. And they're in here. Oh, Fofana hooks that off the thing. Kante clears. And we have like 72 minutes. Chilwell. And it's gone over the top. And with 72 on the clock, I think it's a good time to do some changes, as we will. Nobody really is suffering. Otavio's not having a good game, and we'll bring Pulisic on for him. Give him an opportunity to go out and prove himself. At the moment, I'm not going to make any more changes. I don't think there is a desperate need. Raheem Sterling probably not playing particularly well on that right-hand side either. Otherwise, everybody else is having a fine and dandy game. And you come back again. We're going to make some more changes. Ben Chilwell is going to come off for Azpilicueta. In fact, no, we're not. We're not going to do that, because Reece James can come off for Azpilicueta on the right-hand side. And I think we're going to also make another change. I'll take Raheem Sterling off for Broja. And do we make any others? I think Fofana is tired, so we'll bring on Declan Rice to make his debut in defence. And Ben Chilwell can come off for... We don't really have anybody for him to come off. No, we're going to leave it at that. Ben Chilwell can stay on. Right. It's 82 minutes on the clock. Throw in on that far side. Mount crosses it in. And Broja, who's come on as a substitute, might be disallowed. No, it's not. It's allowed. And Chilwell with a throw in. Mount will get the assist. It was he's well onside when that was fired in. Broja getting off the mark within minutes of him coming on. This player on this side was offside, but the player actually wasn't interfering with play. And a free kick now. Mason Mount with the free kick. It's a short one to Pulisic. Pulisic into the area, crosses it. And Declan Rice gets his first goal of the season as well. And we've very quickly gone from 2-0 to 4-0. And I think we can change our attacking to... we'll do in a minute. Attacking to balanced. And Declan Rice, I did say, he's scored on his debut, which is great stuff. Another corner. Chilwell with the corner. It's swung in. Declan Rice trying to get under that one as well. Broja is the last man in defence. Chilwell holds it up. Broja finds Kovacic looking for Mount. Broja. Again, he's everywhere, this boy. Chilwell. Kante. Azpilicueta, who's come on for Reece James. Kante. Back to Rice. Kante. Kante comes forward, looking for space. He's found it. It's a chipped ball that was very easy to get hold of in the end. Into injury time. 3 minutes of injury time. Mount with another free kick. Mount again. Broja looking for his second of the game. Very tight angles. Crossed in. And the goalkeeper makes a fine save. An offside, I think it was. And we're going to get our final highlight of the game. And it's all over. A 4-0 win in the end. 2 goals in 4 minutes after 82 and 86 minutes from Broja and Declan Rice, both the substitutes. 18 shots, 7 on target, 2.84 on the XG, 63% possession against Leeds, 7 shots, only 2 on target, 37% possession. It's a good start to the season, I think. I'd completely forgotten that we were the Friday night game and therefore the only game that had been played to get the season underway. A thumping 4-0 win. Clean sheet again, which is good news. So we are top of the table at the moment, but obviously everybody else has got to play. What we might do is come back in a moment when everybody else has played. Well, you come back and the other games have been played. I think there may be some more games still to play. Yes, Tottenham have got to play Leicester and Southampton got to play Brentford. Next game's on Friday. But the games that have been played today, Everton 2, Manchester City 3, Liverpool beating Brighton 3-1, Arsenal beating Crystal Palace 4-2, Manchester United drawing with Fulham 0-0, Watford 0-0 with Middlesbrough, both those teams being promoted coming up, of course. Aston Villa beating Newcastle by 2-1, and Norwich, who came up as champions out of the Championship, they've beaten Wolves by 3-0. So the table after just one game looks like this: Chelsea, Norwich, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City and Aston Villa. Not that you can take any notice of what's gone on after one game, that is for sure. We need to get ourselves together because our next game up is against Manchester City. 2 draws last season in the Premier League. We only met them twice, of course. 1-1 at the Etihad, similar time of the season as well, and a 1-1 draw towards the end of the season as well. Let's see what we can do in this one. Can we get better than a 1-1 draw? And the team to face Manchester City for this, our second Premier League game of the season. It's Mendy in goal, Cucurella, Eric Garcia, Fofana and James, our defensive line. Rice and Kante in front of them. Hudson-Odoi is in on the left. Mount continues as the attacking playmaker. Sterling out on the right. Havertz in front of them. And on the bench, Kepa, Koulibaly, Octavio, Barbosa, Chilwell, Pulisic, Broja, Applicator and Kovacic. And this is how the two teams face off. Manchester City playing in their 4-3-3 formation. Haaland at the spearhead of that with João Felix and Phil Foden as the wide players. Kevin De Bruyne in midfield. Rodri at the base of the midfield, but as a defensive midfielder. And we've got our work cut out here. I'm just wondering whether we should have actually played a similar formation. It might be a bit too late to switch right now, but let's see. Or do we just stick to our convictions? First highlight, and 8 minutes in. Manchester City on the ball, moving it around nicely. Haaland gets in, ball cut back, and the question is whether that was in the penalty area or not. Either way, it's a free kick. It's inside the area, and it's a penalty. Guess who's going to take it? Oh, and it's saved. Mendy has pulled off the save of the season, and we're only the second game in. And Haaland doesn't get on the score sheet from there. Havertz getting the ball away. I've just realised we're actually playing in our last year's kit. So I need to work out why that's not happened. We'll try and figure it out at half-time. Well, not at half-time. And we've scored. I'm not quite sure why we had a glitch there right at that precise moment. But Fofana puts the ball away. We go 1-up after 12 minutes. Probably see it now properly. Mount, Fofana getting up. And Erling Haaland has picked up an injury like he did in the last game against us. Maybe it's something against Chelsea. Mount fires that against the defender. Kante back into the area. Kante back for James. Sterling. Oh, and Rubin cleared that off the line. Hooked it away. And it gets forward to Haaland. I still wouldn't like to leave him to his devices. And Rice has yanked him down. Is Rice going to get a yellow card for that? No, apparently not. Well, Declan Rice did get a booking at the end of that first half in injury time. It wasn't because of that first one, but I wonder if he did something else that we haven't seen on camera. 9 shots, 5 on target, 0.73. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, 0.88. And they've had the bulk of the possession as well, 57% of the possession. But we are still in it. That's the main thing. And Jack Grealish is on for Haaland, who was injured. And Manchester City having a highlight early on in this second half. And you come back and join us. Hudson-Odoi has picked up an injury. He has got a potential knee injury, which is a bit of a worry because that is going to be... he's going to be out for a while here. And Pulisic is going to come on in his place. And with Pulisic wanting to leave, that could cause us a few problems. Disappointing for Hudson-Odoi. I need to check his medical records, but I think he was out before with a problematic. And I don't know if it was his knee then. We need to check. And you come back and join us. Must be a brutal match. Players being injured all over the place. Erling Haaland, Marino, and Carl Walker now being injured for Manchester City. But we do come back. Nothing, no highlights. So you've not missed anything. But we are still in this game. But we need to make some changes. Mason Mount is tired. So he's going to come off for Otavio. And... do we take anybody else off? I'm not thinking we do. There's nobody there. I'm not quite sure when our next match is. Should have checked that out. But we'll just take Mason Mount off for the moment. Kai Havertz doing that well up front. I'm wondering whether to take him off and bring on Barbosa. We'll do that. Havertz coming off for Barbosa then. That's our second round of changes. We have 1 round left. And you come back for a highlight. 81 minutes on the clock. Swung in. Cleared by Garcia. But it was out to the Manchester City player. Mendy picks the ball up. Mendy out to Garcia. Cucurella on that far side. Gets it forward to Pulisic, who's come on, of course. Back to Garcia. Rice. Fofana. Swings it out looking for Sterling. Kante picks it up in midfield. We're on the attack. Not many of these in this half. And Kante doubles our lead. His first goal of the season on 82 minutes. We are 2-0 against Manchester City at their place. That's the point. It's at their place. 1-1's the last twice that we've played them. Are we going to beat Manchester City? And that was a lovely individual goal by Kante. And you come back and join us. We've just gone balanced. We're just going to check in. Declan Rice is tired. I'm thinking we bring on Kovacic back there. And we can bring on one more player. Do we liven up? Reece James possibly. And bring Azpilicueta on for him. That's all our substitutions done then. And we have seen the game out, boys and girls. That was, well, last season we would have been a little bit worried about that. And I have to say at the outset, I was a little bit worried about it. But we have actually come away with quite a result there. Goals from Wesley Fofana from a corner after 12 minutes, and then Kante, a lovely individual goal after 82, finishing them off. I have to say the turning point of the game probably was 9 minutes in. Erling Haaland put that goal away. That would have given the buoyancy for him to go on. The other thing, of course, is Mourinho was injured after 6. But Mendy having an absolutely stonking game, player of the match, and his save from Haaland in that 9th minute was pretty much outstanding. I think I know where we are in the table, but let's just have a look at the table. So there is the table. The only other team on, 3 teams on 6 points after 2 games. Liverpool beating Manchester United by 4 games to 1. Manchester United down in 16th at the minute. And Leicester beating Southampton. So they've had 2 wins on the road. The only thing is we are top on goal difference from Liverpool and then Leicester. But I have to say, looking at the at things between the end of the match and coming to this bit, I think Garcia has made a bit of a difference in defence there. I don't know what it is, but I think he's just made it a bit more solid. We seem to be a lot more effectual in that defensive slot. And when you looked at the stats and the player ratings, it very, very good for the defence. Not so good for this front line, but bearing in mind that they were playing very defensive, I think, all in all, it just needed that little bit of individuality from Kante, who got that goal. And, of course, good defensive line and goal from Fofana getting us off the mark. And then, of course, Mendy standing up to Erling Haaland. Ha-ha! Why should I be so happy? I don't know. Right. Okay. In just a moment, we will have... Right. Thank you very much. We will have the look at who we're going to play next time. Yeah, 5 to 6 weeks. Damaged kneecap for Callum Hudson-Odoi. We did say we'd have a quick look at his medical report. Previously out for 2 months, damaged Achilles tendon, so it wasn't that. Hamstring, damaged Achilles, so he's got obviously a dodgy Achilles tendon, which gets him every so often, but this one's a kneecap. So very disappointing. Very disappointing. Obviously weaknesses, but in this case it's not. So we look forward to having him back in about 5 to 6 weeks, but hopefully we won't miss him too much. Hopefully. Right, we're going to play Newcastle and Fulham. We're going to come back fairly quickly. We're going to come back for the Leicester, who are 3rd at the moment. And then a unknown game at the moment, again, in the EFL Cup 3rd round. We won it last year. We want to see the start of our campaign again this year. So Leicester and that one coming up in the next episode. Newcastle and Fulham in between. Newcastle currently 19th, Fulham currently 10th. So that's how we will go. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series as they are released. And new episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideFM. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 23. It is out on Friday. Until then, I wish you a very, very good week.